Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily.
Shalom, this is Officer Dr. Zion with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge in Atlanta, Georgia. The subject I'm going to break down today is going to be more about women and how to figure out the spirit of a wicked woman or the characteristics of a wicked woman or a woman with the spirit of a whore. Okay? And remember that we have classes being held in Atlanta, Georgia. Any questions you have on class schedules, you can call 404-997-9123. Okay, or any question you have on previous subjects. Okay, now this subject, we're just going to pull some scriptures so brothers can know and sisters can know. This is good for both because we want to show brothers what sister not to look for, what sister you should not be attracted to, and for our sisters who listen in to the classes, what you should not be like and what you should strive to be like. You understand? And you can teach your daughters and everything else to not be like this type of woman. Okay, so the first scripture I'm going to pull is in Ecclesiastes 7. Verse 26, okay, and this is Solomon, and it reads, "And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her." Okay, so what this is saying is, when it says, "I find more bitter than death the woman," okay, what Solomon is saying is, that feeling of death, that feeling of, if you've ever had a close relative die, or a friend die, or someone dies, you have a very bitter feeling. You mourn. But even as time goes on, you start to get over that person's death. But even more bitter than that feeling that you have when someone dies is the woman. Okay? Because a woman can be very, very wicked. You understand? She can be very troublesome to your life. You understand? Like sin was introduced into the earth by a woman and by a man listening to his woman or following his woman instead of following the laws of the Most High or following what he was given from the Most High. You understand? So, more bitter than death is the woman. Okay? And it says, whose heart is snares and nets. Okay? Snares is like something you trap an animal. A snare is a trap. And nets is like if you go fishing, you throw a net to capture the fish. So basically, a woman whose heart is snares and nets, meaning a woman who wants to control a man, trap a man, control a man, or destroy this man. You understand? It says, "In her hands is bands. Whoso pleases God shall escape for her." So, whoever's following, a man who's following the Lord and follows what the Lord what type of woman the Lord wants you to seek after, he'll escape from this wicked woman. Okay. But the sinner shall be taken by her. But a man who does not follow the Most High, a wicked man, will attract this type woman, and he'll have this type woman to be his wife, and his life will be miserable. He'll be in hell. You understand? Like hell is a condition, and a woman can make your life hell. You understand? So that's just the first scripture to prove, or just to show more bitter than death can be a woman. A wicked woman is something very, very, satanic on this earth. You understand? And even if you go into the Apocrypha, because we're going to skip back and forth, the Apocrypha, if you read Ecclesiastes 25, verse 19, it says, "All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her." Okay, when it says all wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman, that's basically saying how evil a woman can be. It's very satanic for a woman to try to control a man or be the head of a household or try to, destroy a man or tell a man what he needs to be doing or what he's not doing or things like that, like trying to be his mother. And a lot of men is attracted to that because it reminds them of their mother, but that's not what you want. You want to find a woman that will be obedient to you, a woman that you can rule over, a woman that you can raise up. She's not supposed to be raising you up. So it says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Now, if you think about it, this earth is full of wickedness. You understand? You have murder, you have drug dealing, you have prostitution, you have child molestation, you have extortion, all types of wickedness on this earth. But all that wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Now, like I said in the beginning, like, sin was introduced into this earth by a woman. You understand? Eve. So, that's what it's saying. All wickedness is little, but to the wickedness of a woman. You understand? Now we're going to get into more like how can you find out what type of woman this is? Just on your daily, everyday interaction. Okay? We go to Proverbs 7. We'll start at verse 10. And it reads, "And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart." Okay? So like I said, how do you know when you run into this woman? Him a woman with the attire of an harlot, meaning the attire is the clothing she has on. Okay, when you see a sister, you see her with her breast out, wearing very tight clothing with her cleavage showing, or very tight pants, and her behind's out on the street, or what I'm saying, she's showing all types of her body parts, with basically just having no shame when she puts on clothes. That's the attire of a harlot, and the harlot is a whore. You understand? So you know a whore by what she has on. Okay, it's not some big mystery. You know what I'm saying? So when you see a woman and she's dressed like that with no shame, you understand? You should know that she is probably a whore, and that's not a woman you want to seek after. You understand? And sister, that's not what you want to dress like. You don't want to portray yourself to be like that. Okay? Even though a lot of brothers who are destroyed think that's attractive, and a lot of women are trying to attract these men by dressing like that, it's shameful and it disgraces the Lord, and that's not how you're supposed to be. There's supposed to be no whores of the daughters of Zion. You understand? Of Israel. So you should not be, brothers, you should not be seeking after women like that. And sisters, you should not be dressing like that to attract men. You understand? You want to have some shame when you put on your clothes. And that's how, that's when you go out in the streets, what you have on gives a vibe. You understand? And that's not the vibe you want to have. Okay? It says, 11, "She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house." So this wicked woman, okay, like this woman who wants to control her man and be in charge of her man, she's also loud and stubborn. I mean, you got a lot of sisters out in the streets always running their mouth, think they know everything, can't be taught, very proud, very loud, and very stubborn. Okay, that's the sign of a wicked woman, because a woman is supposed to be in subjection to her husband. And it says, "Her feet abide not in her house," meaning she's always out in the street. She's always out in the club. She's always out at some bar. Her feet abide not in her house. She's not taking care of her home. You understand? And that's the woman we see every day. Every time you go out, you see a woman, arguing in the street or yelling or thinking she knows everything, coming up against grown men, coming up in their face. That should not be attractive to you. You understand, brothers? That should not be something you want to look after. Okay? You don't want, your woman to be your mother. You understand? So that's what you do not want. You understand? And so let's go to Proverbs 9, verse 13. "A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing." Okay, so like the previous verse said, she is loud and stubborn. That's what clamorous means. Clamorous means, loud, just no shame. Meaning, and the scripture says she is simple and knoweth nothing. Like this woman is a simple woman and she don't know anything. You understand? You don't want to get with a stupid woman. You understand? That's not what you want, because a lot of times a stupid woman is a whore. A lot of times, you understand? Because she falls for anything. Any drug dealer, any brother who's tells her she's pretty and she's got it and she's all that, she ends up having sex with those men and continues to have sex with these same men. And at the end of the day, she's a destroyed, whore. You understand? Like she's destroyed completely. So it says, "A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing." Meaning, you want to look for a woman who's meek. You understand? Has some shame. Not clamorous. Not always thinking she knows everything. Not always running her mouth. You understand? And sisters, you don't want to be like that. You want to be quiet. You want to be meek. You want to be kind. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like that. Let's go to back in the Apocrypha. Like I said, we're going to skip around. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26. Let's see, verse 25. Okay, so like we said, a woman with no shame. Let's see what the Lord has to say about that. Verse 25 says, "A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord." Okay, so a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. And I don't even need to explain to you what a female dog is. You understand? So a woman with no shame, a woman who has the attire of a harlot, a woman who's clamorous, a woman who's stubborn and loud, and her feet abide not in her house. She's shameless. She's shameless. And her feet, she shall be counted as a dog. You understand? We know what a female dog is. You understand? And but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. So a woman who has some shame, you know what I'm saying, she'll fear the Lord. And as she fears the Lord, you know what I'm saying, she's going to be in subjection to her husband. Because I'm paraphrasing, but the scriptures say, a woman, wives, submit yourselves to your husband as unto the Lord. You understand? So she fears the Lord. She will be in subjection to her husband, and that's the type of woman you want to look for, sister. That's the type of woman you want to be. That's what you want to teach your daughters to be like. There's nothing wrong with it. In this society, like, they teach women that they have to be outspoken and stand up for themselves and don't let a man walk all over them. But at the same time, we don't have too many black families. You understand? Like, our families are destroyed. You understand? And women are ruling our house, and look at our communities. It's full of drugs and murder. You understand? So, brothers and sisters, I just want to bring that out just so we know what type of woman that sisters should strive to be like, and what sisters and brothers should try to find out here. You understand? So with that, I'm going to basically close out the class. Any questions you have, like I say, call 404-997-9123. Remember, too, to pay your tithes to the ISUPK. You can pay your tithes online at theisupk.com. It's 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. So if you get $100, that would be $10 that you give to the schools to support this truth. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say shalom.
Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous treading the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily. Ignorant multiply brutality. I see that they run gone left mommy. Fi struggle the hard road with 5 beginning. Our I see baby having baby. Nothing that happen no do.